Let's go! Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that. Oh my god. I was not expecting that at all. People.
The equipment.
The mask. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I got 5 on it.
DeRozan's making step back threes.
Oh, I got 5 on it.
Keon is a pest on D.
I got 5 on it.
And we're being led by Coach Christie.
I got 5 on it. And we lit 5 straight damn beams.
Let's go,
Hey,
boys!
come on. Come on. Hey.
Hero can't stop us. Hero can't stop us. Tyler who?
They needed a hero, but we are the heroes.
Miami Ice?
Oh.
Miami Ice.
They needed some Butler coffee that game. They needed some Jimmy Butler coffee.
Boys.
Got my phone.
What a freaking game.
Huge.
Are you kidding me?
Huge.
Game of the year
my
by
God.
far. Game of the freaking year. A double overtime thriller. 123, 118. No Fox, no problem. 5 in a row. We sweep the Miami Heat, baby. We sweep the Miami
Get
Heat
your
for the
brooms
season.
out.
Get your brooms, RT. Get your brooms.
I'm going to Dade County and getting the brooms out into my Kings jersey. I'm
Oh
flying there.
my
I'm flying there
God.
tonight after this.
Hey, we're going to South Beach. We're going to South Beach to celebrate. Oh,
they can't take my
God.
talents away.
Dude, imagine a 7-game series with those two teams, man. That's
That's a lot of overtime.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of overtimes.
man.
Dude.
What a game. Electric.
Dude,
Electric.
I was in the building, and my freaking God, I feel really bad for the people that left.
People left
People
after
left.
regulation.
No, fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, we were down 17. You got to believe. You're already there at that point. Like,
What does Doug Christie say? You have to believe.
you have to
He
believe.
says, I believe in the boys. Now it's your guys. You got to believe in yourselves.
for sure.
And that's
Man.
what we freaking did. Doug Christie.
Church of Doug Christie, man.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy. Like, we all know Doug Christie's mindset, and we know he's such a motivating person, but it seems like his energy is not just affecting the team, but it's affecting the fan base. People are rallying. People believe again. And it's just crazy how one person and one person's mindset, who's known the entire history of the Kings, he's been there through everything, can just change. Like, you don't win 5 straight games off just luck. Something has to change. And Christie's impact has been so clear these last 5 games. Obviously, he doesn't have coaching experience, but he's just an amazing human. He's
Head
an
coaching experience.
Head coaching experience. I mean, and coaching experience. Really doesn't have that much, right? To be qualified for a head coach. But, I mean, we're in a league where a podcaster gets a head coaching job. So you really don't need experience.
That means our RT is going to be the next
Oh
coach.
my gosh! One
next
day,
Stockton Kings
one
coach.
day. Oh, that'll be fun to be a coach there. Sheesh.
But, dude, it's like... It's so awesome seeing Doug Christie be the leader of this comeback, of this resurgence. So it's been awesome to see.
Dude.
I mean, talk about your experience, because you were in the building tonight. Yeah. I mean, we saw with our own eyes the game. I mean, you've been at the game. You saw it in person. Just like explain the feeling. Explain like what was going on. Just talk about it. Just talk about it, because we want to know.
Where does it rank?
Where does it rank?
Where does it rank for
Just noise level.
In
For
your
Noise level, dude. It was up there with Kings Warriors playoffs. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
It was an insane environment. I mean, I took a video at the right when that buzzer ended, and everyone. I mean, when I said that people left, it was a very select few people. I mean, it's normally it's like the same people that leave, like the older crowd that they leave to beat the traffic, which I definitely understand where they're coming from, but. Right as when that buzzer rang, everyone in the entire arena was standing up, and it was unbelievable. Like, it looked like a freaking tsunami inside Golden One Center. It was so loud. People were on their feet from the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter all the way to the end of the second overtime. At least in like the 5 sections near me. It was insane. It was one of those games that I'm just like, I'm so lucky that I got to experience that. It's so funny because whenever I put my tickets up for sale and then no one decides to buy them, I just do that just, I just in case if someone wants it, I'll let someone else go. But then I always go, obviously, if it doesn't sell. I've done that twice this season, and both times they haven't sold. It's been the best games of the season. And I'm just like, oh my God, so lucky. But
Wow.
dude.
Describe your roller coaster of emotions when you saw us down 17 points in the
my
fourth.
God.
Were you just like, here we go again? Because from watching at home, you know,
it was
I know,
definitely deflating.
I'm not going to say who it was in here, but
Yeah.
someone texted in our group chat.
And it made me upset.
saying the streak was over. I'm not saying who. I'm not saying who it was.
Last hand up. I will put my hand up. I will put my hand up.
But we can't blame you because watching it at home, you know, I was watching it with Mish on Q, and we were just like, wow, here we go again. You know, we have no fight. This Heat team, you saw their bench getting into the game. So describe it in person. What, you know, did you feel deflated like we did watching at home?
I think the most discouraging thing was when Miami went into a zone defense and we just could not figure it out. And they stayed in the zone for, it felt like almost a full quarter because it was working for them and it was not working for us. I don't know what, it's so hard to analyze the game when you're in the arena because there's just so many distractions from the crowd and just how much fun you're having. But I don't know the exact moment when the switch flipped when they stopped doing the zone because I think we just started hitting some threes. So yes, to answer your question, when we were down 17, everyone was discouraged, but not like to the fact where people were giving up. It took, I think there's 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Keon Ellis, we're down 15 at that point. He hits 2 back-to-back threes. From that moment on, everyone was good. I'm sure you guys could have heard it through the TV, but the majority of the fourth quarter was electric in there. Yeah. Like Golden One, it was so funny because my section is right behind the away bench, so there's tons of Miami fans, which was actually really surprising.
I saw a lot of Miami fans on TV.
There's a fair amount. I feel like Miami has a very popular team.
Yeah.
Just
like the Knicks,
marketability,
of course.
Success, long-term success. Like you can just easily see why the Miami Heat have just such a very big fan base. So,
dude, there was a Miami Heat fan that brought a neon sign into the arena, and I was like, how did you get that in?
Neon sign?
Literally a neon sign.
Light up like gas station
with the Miami Heat logo. And I'm like, how did they get that in there? But I mean, I was surrounded by Miami Heat fans, and they were just letting the Kings fans hear it the whole night. And then there's this older gentleman. I need to shake his hand one day, but he sits in the row next to row one over for me, and he walked all the way down it was like right after we hit those 2 threes, so we cut the lead to 9. He walks down to the Miami Heat fan that was just causing a ruckus the whole night, and he was like going like this to get the Kings fans to like cheer at him.
Oh,
and dude, ever since that moment, the Kings just went on a crazy run. We ended the fourth quarter on a 24-7 run, which is insane.
Yeah,
I mean, and then that obviously brought us into the overtimes, but dude, being at that arena, I told RT after the game, people were jumping up and down doing light the beam chants underneath the beam tonight, and I'm like, dude, I haven't seen that in a long time. Because normally people take their photo, they get out, but this was very, very special. And you heard it in the post-game conferences with DeMar and Doug and Sabonis. They were just praising Keon Ellis. I mean, that guy, he played 48 minutes tonight. Mm-hmm. And Doug said in the post game, he was like, I'm asking so much of him right now. And when he's hands on his knees by the sideline when I'm talking to him, and I know he's not responding, that's how I know he's giving it all on the court. And I'm just like, dude, yeah, Keon is a freaking workhorse, dude.
Yeah, that play, I think the moment when he tipped it to Keegan off that offensive rebound for that corner 3 and Keegan knocked it down, I think that was when I was like, this team has fight and we're not giving up. And it's weird because, not weird, but everyone that's watching the Kings right now, it looks like the old team. Like it looks like the team that made the playoff run, that took the Warriors to 7. Keegan Murray's back. We're just hitting on all cylinders. And Keegan looks comfortable again. Keon Ellis made outstanding plays. And we're doing this all without De'Aaron Fox. We have to keep that in mind.
And on a second night of a back-to-back. Which is just so crazy.
Against the Miami Heat team that everyone saw plays ridiculously hard. They don't give up. They don't give up easy points. They work hard on defense. So to do that without your best player on a second night of a back-to-back, to crush it, to come back in the fourth quarter, just shows that our team has fight. We believe in ourselves, and we're passing the eye test. We look like the old team. We look like we're back.
And then Miami is like a top 10 defense too. So like the fact that there was I think they're like 10th in defensive rating right now, which is just insane. It, like I said, it was like, oh man, because that first half, it was such a low scoring affair. Nobody could hit a shot. Defense was just all over the place. Bam Adebayo was like interrupting passing lanes, stealing the ball left and right. And it was just one of those games where I felt like, oh man, it's going to be such a low, gritty game. The third quarter was almost like that. It was starting when they were starting to pull away, and I was like, oh man, they hit a buzzer beater to go up 10. I was like, oh boy. And then the fourth quarter happened, and they kept going to their zone defense. I was like, oh my gosh. Left hand up, I thought the streak was over. I was ready to just like say, you know what, let's just rest up, get ready for Friday because it's against Boston. But no, this team, just like Johnny said, they showed a lot of resilience tonight, and tonight was a very big showing of why Keon Ellis is such a very much an anchor for this team. Nobody plays harder than Keon Ellis. I think Keon Ellis is one of one, and just in terms of defense, he should be an all-defensive team member this year by far. I hope that the NBA media is watching this tonight and seeing that, oh man, we got to put Keon Ellis into some love for all defensive player teams, because I just don't see anybody in the league right now working harder on defense than Keon Ellis.
There's a lot of, this is the year of defense for the guards in the NBA. The only two guys that I could think that are putting as much effort as Keon, former King Davion Mitchell and Dyson Daniels. Those three guys in the point guard, shooting guard position.
Yeah, but even Dyson
defense,
Daniels is like, you would probably consider him like a small forward. Like he's almost like a wing, you know?
But so. Either way, he's still not, like a typical defensive player of the year center, So like those three guys, I think are I'd love to see those three make first, second. At least let's get Keon in the first.
I wouldn't mind.
Dude,
that.
And he's doing it on both ends. It's not just that he's picking up full court and he's deflecting every single pass and he's disrupting Tyler Hero, and dude, he was all over the place. And anytime he got switched on to Bam a few times, and it was still like putting up a fight.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show like how much a player's mindset can change when he feels like a coach believes in him, And shout out to the local guy, but there was a game. I think it was a couple of games. No, it was last game. And he commented on one of the Kings' pictures of Keon getting the chain. I think it was the game before last, but he said DNP and the emoji arrow to DPOY, and Keon Ellis liked the comment.
Well, they're friends. They're friends.
No, I know, yeah. but I think that just shows Keon Ellis is playing free now. He knows Coach Christie's not going to take him out for making mistakes. He knows he believes in him. He wants him to play through those mistakes, and it just shows how a mindset change, a coaching change can change a player's mindset when he feels like the person in that coach's seat believes in him.
I agree.
Because you just said that playing through mistakes, because he had a few tonight, a few turnovers. Mm-hmm. He stays in the game. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest difference I've seen. And also he's not getting DNPs anymore, which is,
Coach Christie's
criminal.
Outspoken. He's outspoken about saying play through your mistakes. Malik as well. And we've seen what Malik's done the last 3 games. So, I think the players just love that Coach Christie has kind of obviously he was a former player, but he has kind of a more laid back approach. He's saying, hey, I know you're going to mess up, but just fight for me on defense. And I'm not going to take you out for making a bad pass or bad play as long as you stay committed to the defensive scheme.
Yeah. RT and I were talking about this the other night. He's going the Ted Lasso route, just strictly motivation, belief, saying the right things to the guys. And they're very receptive over it. It seems like DeMontis Sabonis and Doug Christie are like best friends. Mm-hmm. Like after the game tonight, Sabonis, he's had a screenshot of a clip of Doug Christie from the game tonight. Just posted out there. Other teams in the NBA aren't showing support to their coaches like that. There's definitely something in the air with Doug Christie taking over. 5-1 in the Doug Christie era. Unbelievable.
His facial reactions on TV too are priceless.
I love it.
They're amazing. And the camera crew on NBC Sports make it a point to show him. And it's like hilarious because it's literally the same face the fans are making at home watching. Like, it's just incredible. Like, there's so many, the Kings posted clips of it, but there's so many times when they just pan over to Doug Christie after a big play and he's just like we're making the same face. Yes. Like, he's just as into the game as a fan would be.
And it's awesome because like he's not changing who he was now that he's in the front seat animore, because he was doing that all I mean, the past 3 seasons, you know,
even before when he was a commentator.
Oh,
he was. There was just moments,
amazing commentator,
amazing
by the
commentator, and then just the fact that he's now been a part of this franchise ever since De'Aaron was probably a rookie. He's just been around this game and I think just responding to being a player coach, you see that he is able to maximize the amount of players that he can. Keon Ellis is a prime example of that. Just not letting him get caught like after mistakes and on mistakes on end, letting him play through the mistakes. Keegan Murray, you can see that he like instills confidence in him to be a shooter. There was multiple times where the camera and like the audio, they caught Doug Christie saying good shot and just telling his players like, hey, that was a good shot. So just telling him just to be confident in your shooting. I think that's really just what has been the main difference for what Doug Christie has brought to this team and to what he's brought to this organization is just confidence and belief.
I love that Doug Christie, I mean, he has such a unique perspective on this Kings team because he's played for the Kings, assistant coach, player development, broadcaster, and now head coach. So he's had every single perspective for the Sacramento Kings, and he's just, I think that's such a benefit for him. You know, he like as a broadcaster, I mean, like your job is to analyze and study the game. Same with a player, you know. So he's just had so many things that
he's had so many different perspectives on the game,
and I think that's what's contributing to success early on. I mean, I just hope that we really find some consistency with this because I know that before even hiring Mike Brown, the organization was very high on Doug Christie. A lot of people wanted Doug Christie to be the coach then. Let's just ride this out. Ride it out to the sunset because I think Doug, this means so much more to him because of those past years with him being a player and being so close to a championship. He said numerous times that he's like, he has unfinished business, and now that he's in the driver's seat, buckle up, boys.
I mean, look at every successful team in the league, right? The Thunder, the Celtics, they have that C word, right? They have culture, and if there's someone that is going to establish Kings culture, that knows Kings culture, it's Doug Christie, and I think that's what we need to be a successful team. And as long as the players buy in, which they have been, I think he can establish a culture and get us going in the right direction.
And it all stems back to that moment when he brought the guys up to the roof and he said, "You guys are the light of this city. This team means so much to the fans in Sacramento. It's on you guys." So he like magical. And like that's building culture. Another thing that Doug Christie said in the post-game conference tonight was, right now we're in the testing phase of establishing our identity. So my question to you boys is, are we taking the right steps to figuring out what kind of team we are? Based on these 5 games, what do you think our identity is moving forward to finish out the year or finish out the season?
I think it's grit. I think that's the number one thing that this team should be identified by is being gritty, playing fast. There's 2. So gritty and fast. I think just like being able to just hold your own on defense and just be able to not allow teams to basically score. And then just playing with a fast pace, a fast and simplified pace where you don't have to do anything super flashy with your offense. There's not a whole lot of DHOs or just stuff that you can just run basically that will just make the offense just a lot of movement. The simplicity of the offense and the fast pacedness of it is playing to their strengths, and then also on defense is just locking down, being gritty, not allowing teams to basically get second chance points, being able to really focus on rebounding and all those different types of things, and working on the simplifying things. So being simple, gritty, and playing fast. I think that's our team's identity.
Yeah, I think it just all comes down to fight, right? Fight, giving effort on the defensive end. Just like games like tonight, like shots aren't going to go in all the time, but you want to keep it close. And if it gets out of hand, you want to keep fighting. And the fact that we were down 17 in the game against the Heat shows that this team's mindset's changing a little bit. We have a lot more grit, like you're saying. We have a lot more fight. But that's what our identity needs to be. We can't rely on our scoring. And I've said this on the pod. We've all said this on the pod. As good of a shooting team as we are, we can't rely on our scoring to win games. And I think that's what's kind of helped us win, is just having that fight, getting pushed around physically. And I think that's what needs to be our identity. Our offense will just kind of, fall into play. Coach Christie's obviously simplified a lot of things. We have two of the best closers in the NBA, so as long as we give us a chance and play 4 quarters of defense, I trust our closers in the fourth quarter. So,
well said, boys.
Defensive identity.
No, yeah, defense for sure. Because now that we got Devin Carter, Keon Ellis, and Keegan Murray as our 3 top defenders on our team, what more could you ask for right now? Honestly, obviously we are missing those rim protectors, wing defenders.
Robert Williams.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys out there that could definitely benefit our team. Obviously, I think I have a strong feeling
Throw some second rounders at the Portland Monty. Just do it. Just do it.
Our roster is going to change by February. I'm sure. A lot of the NBA's rosters will change, but with what we have right now and how we're just battling out there, I think that's just what is the biggest silver lining of the Doug Christie era is we are fighting out there. Shouts out freaking Keon Ellis for just putting in so much effort out there, dude. He looks like he emptied the tank every single game that he's been playing. He's been playing heavy minutes, and we couldn't thank him enough.
Yeah, Katie Christensen probably shouted him out 100 times on the broadcast today.
I'm sure,
but deservingly so. And he looks like he's back. He looks like prime Keon. He looks comfortable again. Keegan looks amazing again. He's finally at the point very slow start, but he's finally at the point where you expect the shot to go in, which earlier in the year shots weren't going in. But yeah, we're just so back. We're so freaking back.
There was a moment in the game today where Sabonis, I think it was in the beginning of the third quarter, Sabonis went over to Keegan. And I don't know, obviously I don't know what he said, but he was checking up on him. Right after that, he has those 3 huge threes in the third quarter.
After the fast break when Miami?
I don't remember.
Because the mic, the broadcast mic picked it up and Sabonis was like, Keegan! And then Keegan came over so he didn't get back on D for a fast break. Oh, and then I think he knocked down a 3 after, but you literally heard it.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
I seeing our players holding each other accountable. There was a moment where Malik and Kevin were kind of going back and forth tonight. And dude, that was huge. I mean, there's so many moments this was such...
Yeah,
I'm so glad we're recording tonight because there's so many good things to talk about.
How about Mike Brown hugging Keon too after he missed that first free throw?
Mike Brown?
Yeah, or no. Doug Christie. Sorry, it's still fresh. It's still fresh.
Damn.
How about Mike Brown would never hug Keon? How about Doug Christie? How about Doug Christie giving Keon a nice big embrace after he missed that first free throw, but during the second one, he went and hugged him. Told him, I'm not a professional lip reader, but said, I believe in you. That's what it looked like you said.
I mean, the Ted Lasso effect.
But it just shows, you even though you missed a big free throw, you still tied the game. You're still important to us. We still need you. And gave him a big hug as he was walking to the bench.
And then the second overtime, locked in. Let's talk about fourth quarter or onto the overtimes because Doug Christie ran with the same guys for both overtimes and the end of the fourth quarter, which looking back on the stat sheet, all the guys that did not play that had minutes tonight that were not in the closing lineup all finished with Trey Lyles minus 18, Kevin Huerter minus 17. So I don't know if it was an analytical move or it was just who's running hot right now, but Doug had the perfect lineup in, and I was like, dude, DeMar looked exhausted in the first overtime, and I'm like, dude, there's no way he's gonna be able to. He was looking exhausted. Malik was looking exhausted. Keon looked exhausted, but dude, they found a way. So let's break down what we saw. Obviously, in that fourth quarter, they were up 17. We go on a 24-7 run to bring it back. Keon Ellis's 2 big threes brought us in within 9, and then we went into overtime. So. First overtime. I mean, it feels like such a blur to me. You guys got to see it on the TV, but walk me through that first overtime.
I mean, God, it felt like a blur just watching it on the TV too. So it was just being there. But it was just one of those things where we would get out front, Miami would answer, and it was just so back and forth. And you just never knew who was going to take an advantage.
Oh, I think I remember now. Miami got ahead.
Miami
got ahead. I think they went up 5 in the first overtime.
And then I think we answered.
Mm-hmm. I don't obviously have the play-by-play in front of me.
No, I
wish I had G-Man right next to me. G-Man could tell me exactly what happened play-by-play. But crazy stat for you guys. In the 2 overtimes, the Sacramento Kings shot 60% from the field.
Wow.
So
beautiful.
In a 5-minute stretch like that where they don't really call too many timeouts in the well, at least in these overtimes they didn't. There wasn't many foul calls.
People are exhausted. So the time goes by quick, and you need to be like almost perfect in order to win an overtime game. And we were so close to perfect. Keon, I mean, I think it's just exhaustion. Obviously, there's so much pressure to hit those free throws, but he misses the first and then makes the second to force the second overtime. And then, I think it was... You're guys gonna have to help me out with this. It was either end of fourth quarter or end of first overtime where Tyler Hero made that crazy.
No, freaking Hawkes missed 2 free throws.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Was that fourth quarter? Or was that
that was the
first over?
That was fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure.
No, fourth. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
hard to get the sequence right. I mean, there's so much to talk about, but dude, that was crazy that he missed both. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, it was the first overtime because he missed both, and then Keon made one. Because if he made both, they would have been up 3.
Yeah,
and then because I remember saying, I was like, it's okay.
Wait, weren't they? Wasn't Miami up 1 though?
Yeah, because Miami was up 1.
Yeah, so we would have been up 1 if Keon made both free throws.
Yes.
You said up 3, so
no, I meant Miami would have been up 3.
Oh, yes. No, anyways, it's 11:30. I'm pooped.
Look at RT.
He
hasn't yawned yet though.
No, I actually have yawned him multiple times.
I saw him.
I've yawned multiple times.
I haven't seen it yet.
Nope.
Okay. Anyways, so the craziest play was we had 3 seconds after Hawkes missed those 2 free throws. Keon Ellis gets the ball, pump fakes, draws the foul. Dude, that was insane. Seeing Keon just having the ball in the final seconds. I mean, he was making his mid-range tonight. He was making threes, and then he gets the final play to keep us alive.
Not gonna lie, I don't know why that play was called for Keon to be ISO'd on Bam Adebayo, but
when he got him in the air, dude, it was amazing.
It worked out. Yeah, but I don't know about that play.
Hey, that's not obviously what was probably drawn up, but it ended up resulting in free throws, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Second overtime was a DeMar DeRozan show.
Jeez.
My God.
DeRozan goes 4 for 4, 9 points in the second overtime. Doesn't miss. He had that sidestep, foot on the line, deep 2, which extended the lead to 4-3.
It was 3, I think.
And then I think after that, he got to the line or fouled, and then we were up 5. But dude, DeMar DeRozan,
and then he had
another sidestep.
Another sidestep jumper, and that was the dagger. That was the dagger.
He was cooking. He was in the zone for sure. He was at a point where you just need to give him the ball and get out of the way. And I kind of wanted him to get the ball in that first at the end of regulation where Monk got the shot, I believe.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So I really wanted it in DeMar's hands, but obviously.
But I will say
Monk's a lot of good luck.
Yeah, he did. But I will say though, before that second overtime, he did struggle, especially in that fourth quarter and that first overtime. And I just was like, I'm not sure if it's. But he just found a way to turn it on that second overtime, and that's the reason why you go get DeMar DeRozan in the offseason is for moments like this where he's able to take over a ball game and be able to just carry a team to a win. That is the reason why you do it, and especially in the clutch. Tonight was just another example of just why DeRozan is such a valuable member. A lot of people don't think that DeRozan was a very good fit. A lot of people outside of Sacramento, but I feel like all 3 of us disagree, and especially feel like after tonight that DeRozan has really, really silenced the haters.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you could really criticize about DeMar DeRozan is defensively, but
tonight he makes big plays.
He's making timely defensive plays. I mean, when he gets switched on to someone near the rim, they're going to score over him, but like you'll take that for his 30-point outburst that he could give you, Right. So you can't change him to become this Dyson Daniels type defender, overnight. I mean, that's not going to happen at this point in his career. But my memory's coming back now. So that fourth quarter, DeMar DeRozan, that's where going into the fourth quarter, he only had 10 points. In that fourth quarter, I believe he scored 11 points. And then the first overtime, I think he went 0 for 3, 0 for 4. And then he has 9 to close it out, finishing with 30 points. So it was just an all-out effort from everyone. Sabonis, a very cool almost 20-20 triple-double, may I add.
Yeah.
I think, he had 21 points, 18 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 blocks. He led the team in minutes tonight. He played 50
Such a beast,
minutes, dude.
He's such a beast.
And he outplayed Bam Adebayo tonight.
One of the best defenders.
By a mile. Not just by like barely.
By a marathon.
Yeah, by a marathon. By a marathon. Yeah, there's a...
We're so grateful to have
Shout out
him,
to
man.
the tweet that Joel Moran from Pick a Side podcast. I'll put that up there on the screen right there so that you see it. But, I mean, this just shows tonight what just exactly happened. And give me Sabonis. Just give me Sabonis all day.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
I want Sabonis to be a king for life. He's
Yep.
he's just everything you root for in a player. Like, plays hard, gives his
Every
all,
night.
has energy as a team player. He's just awesome, dude. We're so grateful to have him.
Dude, Bam Adebayo is so lucky that Lithuania was not in the the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because, dude,
Yeah. Him
USA
and
would have
Jonas.
had some trouble when Bam had to go up against Sabonis, dude.
If you're an opposing center
And
and you
AD.
play, and you play Sabonis like the next day, like you have to be having nightmares. You're just like, I'm gonna wake up after this Kings game with bruises all over my body because he just comes at you. Pause every day. No, like every play, he just comes and comes and comes and
More pause.
more pause. But it's incredible. Like it's insane. His motor. It's insane. How much he doesn't even show that he's tired because he just keeps going. And they said we lost the trade.
Yeah, that's wild.
All I know
crazy.
is Bam Adebayo's got to hop in the cold plunge for 10 minutes after a guard
yeah.
Sabonis, dude.
Has
Dude,
to.
the way Sabonis just uses his elbows, and I love that he gets away with it most of the time. Dude, that I would hate to guard
Dude,
Sabonis.
it looks so painful.
so painful.
So painful.
Like when he gets underneath the rim, dude, you better
And
be
he puts
flexing
that
your
butt on
abs,
you.
like,
Yeah.
dude, because he's digging into you. And dude, Sabonis, another triple double with 3 blocks, incredible.
Wow.
Malik Monk, we got to give our flowers to Malik Monk taking over the De'Aaron Fox role in tonight's game and last game as well. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 48 minutes. So incredible. Keon Ellis. Ellis
Man of the
Island,
hour.
the man of the hour, the man of the year of 2025. This
Yep.
is the year of Keon so far.
Yep.
17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Again, 48 minutes.
Unbelievable.
So, and what he did in tonight's game shows way more than what we see in the box score. I mean, if I had the deflection stat, I'm sure it was close to double digits. I mean, he was all over the court, and he like anyone who's in front of him, he causes havoc.
Yeah.
He wreaks havoc, as Tyreek would say. Insane. Keegan Murray, after a very, 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 very non-existent first half, he ends up with 14 points and 12 rebounds.
Yep.
And do you remember that? I think it was fourth quarter. He had a crazy block.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like
Well,
he was on the
came from
complete
the other side, yeah, of the court.
Such a risky play too.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember when it was, fourth quarter or first overtime.
They're all blurred.
It was in clutch minutes.
Yeah.
And
That was just an effort play.
effort play. I mean,
But that just goes to show how contagious what Keon does on the defensive end, how it can be contagious to other players because you're like, this guy's fighting his ass off. I'm sure subliminally Keegan's saying, like, I need to do that too. And it motivates the guys when you see a player like Keon Ellis just fighting on the defensive end. And I think that's what gave Keegan that push to make the block because when have we ever seen Keegan do that on the other side of the court, come that far?
that's just a tough play for any NBA player. Like even like a prime LeBron would have trouble getting to that spot.
For sure.
Like, I mean, the room for... okay, I made RT cringe a little bit because he heard LeBron. He's like, oh, I got to defend him. But,
That's my guy.
But,
Go James.
I mean, dude. Yeah, like I was saying, like the margin of error, like that could easily, like a second late foul.
Yeah.
But, dude.
How many Hawkeyes thought he had a wide open layup?
Yeah, and
For
like
sure.
I looked
And
over...
he just looks up and it's just Keegan just towering
Yes,
over him. Just
dude.
swatting
Section 104 tonight. The Kings fans around us were on fire, and then I looked at all of them. And I said, "Game-winning plays right there," and
Wow.
unbelievable. DeMar DeRozan, 30 points in 46 minutes, and he leads the team in the plus-minus category with plus 24.
Huge.
DeMar DeRozan,
That's incredible.
and then I wanted to write this down because I was impressed with our rookie.
oh, man.
DC Devin Carter.
DC,
he only
22.
played 9 minutes tonight. He finishes with 5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. in 9 minutes of action.
That's
Two
incredible.
blocks.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Give him more minutes.
I mean,
Give him more minutes.
He looks comfortable
Dude.
out there.
like my like dream scenario is like we're in a close game. Devin Carter, he's got way more reps in. Him and Keon just like full court pressure, causing the opposing guards on the other team just absolute mayhem.
Yeah.
Them two together, and then Keon guarding the other the best player, the best wing, best power forward. Boys, we're figuring it out.
Figuring
It's
it
so
out.
exciting. It's so
fun
exciting.
times.
I have another crazy stat for you guys. With 9 minutes left in the game, or in the fourth quarter, you know how they show like the percentages of winning? Miami, with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, had a 98.7.
98. That's
0.7% chance of winning. And what do the Kings do?
say F that.
They say, we'll match you with our 1.3% chance, and we're going to take it with our grasp hands and just take the victory right in front of you.
No,
Give
because
it to 'em.
we needed this one bad because we lost a game in the exact way that we won against the Detroit Pistons. So the fact that because I think in that Pistons game we were up 15 or 17 and then in the fourth and ended up losing. So the fact that it just happened recently and then we were like, okay, it happened to us. We could do it to them. Amazing.
Yeah. The old Kings team would have definitely just blundered and given up and thrown in the towel.
It's
But
easy
this team
it's
is
so
different.
easy to give up when you see no shots going in.
You've already
but then,
won 4 straight. You're like, whatever.
Whatever.
We're down 17. This Miami team is tough. We didn't give up. Second night of a back-to-back. All the excuses were there to be like, you know what? Just watch this game, take the loss. And they didn't. They kept fighting. And
I'm
that's
shocked.
what we
I'm honestly like
love to
shocked that
see.
we did because like you were saying, second night of
The
back-to-back.
loss would have sucked, but there would, second night of a back-to-back.
They get over
whatever,
it.
They'll get over it.
But I
Marty
think
beat the Warriors yesterday.
Yeah,
I think another thing
yeah.
that really helps, like with our schedule, is that we don't play again until Friday. So I think that was another thing. Like mentality-wise, we're like, let's give it our freaking all tonight, and I bet you they're going to get the day off tomorrow. They deserve it. They deserve the day off tomorrow, and then we got Wednesday, Thursday, and then we play Boston Celtics.
Boston Celtics.
Let's break down that game really quick. Obviously, Boston, they've lost only 10 games this year. Let's make it 11.
They've lost some bad teams too.
I know.
Like their losses are not good losses.
The Pacers just beat them recently.
They lost to Detroit too, right? Earlier in the year.
Did they? I don't remember.
I know that Pacers just beat them.
Detroit played them close.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Who else? Who else beat them? OKC recently beat them.
Yeah.
Cleveland has beaten them.
Everybody.
The Magic have beaten them without Palo and
Oh, the
Frauds.
Magic. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
It's definitely a winnable game, but I think we just have to go in with that same mentality.
Is Fox expected to be back?
I think he'll be ready.
Yeah.
My intel, my sources are telling me
From Christo's closet.
From the local guy.
That's
The local guy's tweets.
local guy told me that De'Aaron is going to be hitting the hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah.
Get that
gonna
hip
be locked
ready,
in.
and he'll be ready for Boston.
Yeah.
Boys, 5 games.
5 games.
Another crazy stat. We haven't won 5 games in a row since November 2023.
Wow.
So, unbelievable.
Yep.
Unfreaking believable. One more thing I want to say about Doug Christie, which is just so cool about his new mentality for this team and just really getting the guys to believe. You know what he wrote down on the whiteboard before tonight's game? He didn't have like a whole game plan. He didn't have like a whole X's and O's. He had one word on there. More. Give me more, boys. Let's keep winning.
Let's go.
Let's keep winning.
We're in it. We're in it.
Let's go.
2025.
2025 is after a great.
Our team is looking amazing.
Undefeated in 2025.
Our team's looking amazing. We easily could have just given up, thrown in the towel, moved all our star players. But guess what? Monty is... hear me out. Monty is looking kind of like a genius right now by pushing the right buttons on this team without trading a star player. And I think he knows the team best. He knows the mindset best. And he is the one that chose Doug Christie to be in that seat to get some fight out of the guys.
Well, we don't know yet for sure. It could have been him or Vivek.
Well, regardless, whoever's making the decision to fire Mike Brown chose Doug Christie to be in that seat. Of
course,
so,
yes.
But it's working out so far. And that's what I told you guys. And that's for every person that was asking me my thoughts on the firing. I always told them winning cures all, and we had that loss against the Lakers, and since then, obviously, we haven't lost yet. And winning cures all. A lot of people, we miss Mike Brown, but we got to put it in the past. This is a new season. This is a new team. This is a new year. Let's keep it rolling, and let's win 6 in a row on Friday.
Let's go.
I love that. I love that we're winning at home.
Let's go.
I love that we're winning at home. The fans deserve this.
We deserve this.
We deserve it, dude. Shout out Nemanja.
Fuck it.
We deserve this.
Cue it up.
We love you, Nemanja.
Let's go.
Miss you.
Hey, I just want to say this before we close out. We got a lot of new subscribers in the past like 4 or 5 days. I mean, we're climbing at a rapid pace. So thank you so much for all the new viewers. Thank you guys for liking the video. It really, really helps. It's really pushing our videos out. Thank you again for subscribing, for joining the Kang Gang.
Yep.
Our Kang Gang is getting bigger and bigger.
Absolutely. Check out our older videos too. Check out our Once a King, Always a King. We got a lot of good content reacting to the top players as well. Preseason, right? Obviously, but we got a lot of content for you guys to check out.
And
that's
we got
not
more,
just current games.
Yeah, and we got more stuff coming out. We're gonna have our All-Star ballots. We're gonna reveal those very, very soon because we're gonna be. The All-Star is coming very soon, so we're going to all just come together and just reveal our ballots, and we're going to have a fun little discussion. We'll find out if there's going to be 1 king, 2 kings, or 3 kings making the All-Star game.
I'm just going to give away one person on my ballot. It's Keon Ellis, baby. Get into the All-Star game.
I'm voting Alex Len.
Devin Carter for All-Star, baby.
We love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.